It was so messed up, and now it's just glassed off. So there you have world number 7 right now, Sammy Pupo, part of that incredible Brazilian storm, rising up and whipping through town again. Joel Vaughan, he is one of the most radical surfers on the planet, but now it's time to show and prove. 33:58 on the clock. We're going to start it off with Joel Vaughan. Here's the test run of the day. First wave of the morning here on day 2. Plenty of speed down the line. There's that first section. Nails it. And maybe just a little bit too much pepper on that first turn. But still maintaining a position on the wave. It's a nice, clean second turn. So wave driving down the line. Coping to work with there. Yeah, this is where we saw surfers have to really lean on every skill set they have to keep things smooth. So a couple of hang-ups on that wave, but...
There with that maneuver. And Joel, as you said, just a bit off on this one with his timing. Took him a while to get around this first section. Once he did, I thought he was going to go big. He tried to, just got a little hung up right there, though. First wave of the set, so maybe just a bit more bump on it. Comes around, good setup carve. And then you're thinking right here, he's got the air game. Maybe finding the ramp on the inside, but it forced him to keep himself on rail the entire time. And just a bit off timing right here at the end. So it's going to be, as you said, a placeholder. It should
of that one to start for Joel Vaughan, as we see right behind him, Sammy Pupo. Second wave of the set. We'll see if this one stays clean through that mid portion of the wave. So obviously a bit of a different look than we saw yesterday, but still absolutely rippable. And just the spark and the spice that we see from Sammy Pupo. That turn right there, that has been his trademark throughout the season. And you can tell with that quick little stall, puts himself right in the perfect position to absolutely annihilate his last turn. So a solid wave there to start for Sammy Pupo. I mean, pretty clear that he got the better of the exchange there.
And they've all been able to experience a mixed bag of things out here at the point, but I love this wave, especially starting off the morning with this. He was one of the standouts during the free surfs this morning. And of course, you can see his read of this wave is perfect. Love that turn, going straight through the lip line. And these carves, you know, everybody always thinks of the Pupo brothers as air guys. They're great on rail, as you can see right there. Fully lays into it. And I love this layback right here. Uses the fade, especially that kick stall, just burn off some speed. Fully lays into it right there, Chris, and cleans it up at the end. So it's going to be a great start for him.
I think he's underrated. He's
for sure.
So good, so technically perfect. I mean, watch his style, watch his body mechanics. Everything's in its proper place. Really smooth, too.
Yeah, and working with Matt Myers again, so somebody who's a strategist himself, who he came actually through the Rip Curl program with Matt. He was one of the first people to sign him to his contract, and this inside, the way he lined that up, that was just so beautifully done, especially the way he threw everything into it after having a couple great maneuvers on the outside.
There was a couple of free surfs that I haven't been able to connect with the wave because it keeps changing. But yeah, when I get the right one, I just have a blast, and I love Punta Roca, and I think we're gonna score really well, really good.
Well, Renan, thank you for your time, and can't wait to see your next heat.
Thanks so much, mate.
It looked nothing like this an hour ago. So they're surfing basically a totally different break. And here we go, Sammy Pupo. Nice clean face on this one. And just watch the technicality that he has in every turn that he does. Getting around this lumpy, bumpy section. He's out of there. Good call. That wave kind of went nowhere. Did hand priority over to Joel Vaughan, but of course, plenty of time left. 25-40.
At hand, these two guys, they just need to make sure that they're getting their 2 scores in these next 22 minutes.
Here we go, Sammy Pupo all the way around. Nice roundhouse to start. Fighting against this wave a little bit. Then he gets onto the clean, open face. Here's where things could get interesting through this inside section. Keeps it clean on rail. Super consistent. You know, just technically sound. And if he gets a ramp, he's going to throw it up there. So every time the surfers do that, you see that little stall that they do? That's them projecting and hoping that there's going to be an air wedge at the end of the wave. I just want to sit here and talk about it and get excited. I don't want to have to throw a number out because I feel like this one's going to be pretty decent.
I love that first wrap, though. As you said, he brought it all the way around. Just put him a little off timing for the second turn, but makes up for it here on the inside. Clean surfing once again. The wave never truly stood up through this midsection, and this is the difficult part on the low tide. It's not that low yet, but it is dropping. It either goes super flat or it's just running past you the entire time. And as you said, that kickstall right there typically prepares you for that air section at the end. Love that floater. And the foam climb, I think Tanner said it yesterday, It is one of the most underappreciated, underscored, one of the most difficult maneuvers out there, too. That first wrap, though.
One of the best
Incredible.
feeling maneuvers to do.
Without a doubt. And Andy was so good at it, too. Like, I used to see that in the past and try to replicate it myself. But surfing on rail truly never goes out of style, Chris. And does seem like he's going to improve his situation right here, Pupo. And, you know, funny thing, these two guys are...
Bro, I was crying literally during that heat.
Yeah, well, you know, you got to do what you got to do in the moment.
From crying to flying. Here we go. Sammy Pupo hunting a ramp. He gets it. And that was... I like the attempt. I like the idea. That was a almost impossible landing because he was already kind of like a little off axis. You can tell he's a little in from where Joel Vaughn's sitting. Probably by design. And here we go. Joel Vaughan. Right when he stands up, you just know something cool is about to happen. So a similar start to his opening wave. Now we get that Joel Vaughan slash right in the pocket, building up some speed. That was a cool looking turn there. Hammers it again. Okay, here we go. Joel Vaughan is officially on track to getting a score. Or. Yes, okay. Yeah, flow starts from the beginning all the way to the end of the wave.
Exactly, and right here, as he said, just a bit off once again. He got a little hung up. Makes up for it, though. That bottom turn was incredible, and that carve sets him up for the rest of the wave right here. Love this turn into the lip and brings it down with a wrap, but you can just see when he's projecting, he's truly going down the line thinking that, you know, the next section's always going to be available too, and he tried his very best. I mean, it took him a long time, and if they do deem this complete, a great effort by Joel, and if not, I mean, you got to give him credit just for trying right there, but a couple of turns in the middle part of this wave, just beautiful.
I loved that. The way he was so precise in where he jammed the tail.
Then deceleration going back into acceleration too. That is hard to do, especially at a wave that moves at this pace. You can just see the convergence of the two sections right there, especially it's really difficult to ride out of that.
Now back to Sammy. Up and out. I think the good news for Joel Vaughan with a 4.33, he's warming up. I feel like this has been kind of a ground and pound type of situation. Just good, clean power surfing. It's gotten the big numbers, but I want to see some flying kicks. I thought I was going to get one right there, but not quite yet.
I think he was just trying to sell Sam on that one. He was really deep.
It's just like a shot of coffee. You know, it gets them excited.
Espresso.
So we see Joel Vaughan now. That was a nice way to start this wave. Building up speed. Where's the ramp? Coil. Cobra. Strike.
Oh.
Good.
Get me excited.
746. Here we go. Sammy Pupo. I wonder if Sammy was looking back to see what Joel did as that opening snap was searing. Another expertly placed second turn. Works his way around some weird water. This thing forming up through the inside. He's using his time on the wave so perfectly. No weird rigmarole between turns, just beautiful flow all the way through.
Wow, dude.
Sticks to the power game. That right there was such a great story. From beginning to end, there was no bobbles, no bouncing, just a clean serpentine path all the way through. You gotta love what we're seeing right now from Sammy Pupo.
No downtime whatsoever. He's made such vast improvements when it comes to the use of his flow at a point break like this. That first carve, intense, very strong. But I mean, he displays different parts of the wave to attack, and love the lip line hip right there. This carve right here sets him up beautifully for the rest of the inside. And look at this little stall that he subtly does right here coming out of the whitewater. Is he just gonna make sure that it goes down to the bottom, goes to the top of the wave. This carve once again just brings it down, and the timing right here at the end, so well done by Samuel. I mean, to me, easily the 5.5 going to be improved, but that hammer right there at the end, and then he talked to them, and they're all like super cool.
I know, sweethearts. Here we go. Joel Vaughan, I want to see him weaponize his frontside air, and just, that was, I don't think he missed much on that wave because it kind of looked like it closed out. That was a pretty obvious one. I mean, you think of speed, power, flow, everything was there on that wave. He used every section expertly. So we see now Joel Vaughan speeding down the line. He gets the section, he throws it up there and is landing in oblivion. Go nuts moment for Joel Vaughan. Again, one section could be the difference maker. Here we go with Sammy Pupo, Mr. Consistency. So this is going to be his 8th wave ridden. Great start, nice flow. Just another beautiful carve. Quick tail slide there. Maximizing every section, but just not making it look like too much. He's doing just the right amount. There's that little stall. And there's the finish. I mean, he hasn't made mistakes on any good waves yet. Started the 6.5, backed that up quick with a 5.5, just dropped to 7.17.
This was as well as he could have surfed a wave right here. And, you know, the cool thing about his development so far is that he's always been a great surfer, but it's all about decision making in the heat. And that carve right there, just so powerful in the pocket the entire time. Fits in that 2-for-1, and as you said, timed it so well right there, Chris.
Now, did the judges take into consideration surfing a hard wave to surf really well? Is that part of the flow? Because that wave, for most surfers, would have given him a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Cleaner looking wave, but he surfed on the 8 just much better. And here we go. Joel Vaughan straight up into it.
Ooh.
Now he comes down with it. That's what we wanted to see from Joel Vaughan. With 30 seconds left, you know, it might not be that big number to get him out of a combo. Of course, he would need a combination of 2 waves.
Love to see this. I mean, you get to your feet, you never know. Make it count.
Late takeoff there. Wave closes out around him. But I feel like that was a highlight package air. It was a bit rushed because it was just happening so fast. But he's always been great. He's always been a really solid, consistent surfer. But he's just kind of kicked into a new level, I feel. He's going to be a top 5 thrower at the end of the year. Mark my words.
He's doing it every event now, and that's the dangerous thing. So the victory might be in his potential future, Chris.
Samuel Pupo on fire out there. You know, coming into a heat with Joel Vaughan, is it in your head to try to do airs and match up, or did you have a different game plan?
I feel like I had a really plan for myself in the heat just to build my scores and talk to Myers before my heat, and we really put on a plan for the whole heat, not just start or finish, and we just keep building on the scores and putting pressure on Joel. And we all know if Joel is feeling free and light, he's going to go for the air and land those things. So it was good to put some pressure on him early on to make his decisions. And I just kept improving and using my priority really well, and just really happy with how the heat went overall and stoked.
Coming up with an excellent score in that heat. Did you know it after the wave? I saw you give yourself a fist pump, but can you calculate that at the end of a ride and know that you went excellent?
Yeah, I felt like I clicked all the dots in the wave really and really picked the right turns for each section, and it felt like a really good wave from start to finish, and I feel like it was more about making the right decision at the end. Joel was kind of halfway out, and I know he's very dangerous, and there's around 3 minutes left, and I feel like I've been in this same situation a few times and didn't really want to give him a shot at all, so just went for it and pushed as hard as I could, and happy the judges liked it.
Well, we loved it. Thank you for going excellent, giving us the entertainment. Can't wait to see your next heat.
Thank you, Strider. Obrigado, galera no Brasil. Beijo, pai, mãe, minha irmã, Domi, saudade de todo mundo, minha namorada, pra Cacau também, por todos os meus amigos em Floripa e em São Sebastião, e tamo junto.